This is Miss Snook, your science teacher, and I'm going to show you how to do Lab 1.06. Lab 1.06 can be accessed in Unit 1 under the 1.06 link. You need to read the lab instructions in order to complete this lab. The lab instructions and the lab report I want you to use are located in Doc Sharing. After you're done reading the lab instructions and open your lab report, you're going to have to draw your topographic map and profile directly onto your lab report. If you are uncomfortable using the drawing tools in your word processing program, please feel free to print out your lab, hand draw your map and profile, and then scan it back into the computer to me as an additional attachment in the Dropbox. In order to draw on your Word document, you will need to locate your drawing tools. I am using the Microsoft Office 2010, which is the latest version of Microsoft Office, and my drawing tools are located under the Insert tab up at the top and then under the Shapes box. If you're using an earlier version of Microsoft Word, you will need to locate your drawing toolbar under the tab that says View, and then make sure that the toolbars is selected and make sure that your drawing toolbar is selected. And usually these tools that you see on my page will show up at the bottom of your Word document. You're going to need to select the free line draw tool, which is usually symbolized by a squiggly line, and you can draw directly onto your lab report whatever you want your island to look like. Oops, I didn't want my island to be black. And we're looking for certain features. I'm going to make this one pretty straightforward and easy. I'm just going to include one elevation here for us to look at and practice with. Please don't copy my island, and please don't copy the island that is in your laboratory instructions. Just for fun, I'll make another elevation over here. That's not as exciting as the other one. Okay. Now, in order to draw your profile, your instructions tell you that you need to draw a straight line across your map. I'm going to select this area of my map to draw a straight line across, and just for your visual perspective, I'm going to change this line to red so that you can see it better, and I'm going to make it a little thicker so you can see where I'm working. Down here below the map is the profile, where you're going to be drawing basically the sideways view of what you have drawn on the paper. Starting with the left hand side of my island, I'm going to select a straight line tool and draw from this contour line down to 0. Because this is the edge of my island, it's going to be at 0. You need to decide what your contour intervals are going to be so that you know where your vertical lines are going to end. I'm going to go ahead and say that my contour lines are 50 meters different in elevation. So my next contour line is going to go to 50. I'm going to move to the next one, and that's going to go to 100. A little bit further to the right, you'll see that I'm up at another contour line, which would be at another 50. And a little bit further to the right, that's the same contour line, so I'm going to end up at the same elevation. And we're going to work our way down the mountain to the right. And I've completed my first elevation on this mountain. I'm trying to make this straighter. Now, for moving further down the red line to my other elevation, we know that my contour intervals are 50, so starting at this line, I'm going to only be up at 50. The next line up is going to be, oops, the next line up is going to be at 100. And then the next time my red line hits a contour interval, it's back down at the 50 mark. And last but not least, we are at the edge of our island, which is back down at 0. I'm going to reselect my freehand tool so I can draw and connect the bottoms of these lines so I can see what my island looks like from a sideways view. I'm going to format that line so that you can see it better. I'm going to make it red and a little bit thicker. And what you're seeing is moving from left to right, starting at the edge of the island. I am gradually getting steeper and gradually going up in elevation. And I kind of have a steep decline on the right hand side of that elevation. The contour lines are a little closer to each other. Then we have a wide expanse of the island where there's no elevation, and a shallow incline on the next mountain. You can tell because the contour lines are farther apart, until we finally reach the edge of the island. You're going to use this map that you draw and your profile to answer questions 2, 3, and 4. When you are done, please submit this lab to the Dropbox. Thank you.